evening, everybody, and welcome to Gigantic Friday. Yes, so glad you could be with us here this evening. Well, safe to say, today has not gone as planned because, as you know, my dad is at a center because as you know, he has ALS, and it's gotten so bad that it's at the point now where we really can't take care of him anymore, obviously, or at least not by ourselves. So everything going, I wouldn't say it was going great, but there's obviously some issues that are obviously in the cards, but I won't get too deep into them. But we've had some issues with some of the practices they do at this facility that he's at. Like I said, I'm not going to go in depth about it or anything like that, but yeah. However, though, today a whole different issue came up. Apparently, he was having trouble breathing, and because of that, he got sent to the hospital. Yeah. So, the original plan was that we were going to cancel the college basketball stream that I think it was it was Colorado at Florida. Well, and I use that in quotation marks, but yeah, so we were supposed to have that, and then I didn't have my notes and stuff ready in time, so I just decided, yeah, we're gonna cancel that. And since I remembered, oh hey, since the weather's supposed to be really crappy over the weekend, my mom thought, you know what? Well, after I pick you up from school, I'm just gonna drop you off at home, and you're gonna be staying there all weekend. So yeah, that was going to be the plan. And because of that, we were going to have the Muskies and Muskegon game, which we'll go over here in just a minute. We were supposed to have that. However, though, my dad ended up back in the hospital. So, yeah, we had to deal with that today. In fact, I just got home about half an hour ago, honestly. So, yeah, I'm so glad I'm back home, but yeah, things have not gone as planned. But like I said, I'm basically going to be home all weekend. Well, hopefully Sunday we can get out and around. I know it says we're supposed to get snow, and everybody is treating it like, oh, hey, we're getting all kinds of snow, but we're only getting, from what they said on the news, probably only about an inch max here. All the snow is pretty much going to be hitting to the north of us, so it's like, honest to God, it's like barely just going to miss us. Like it's just nuts. But yeah, either way, even just a little bit of snow will be enough to cause problems for sure. In fact, the funny thing was today I actually was 10 minutes late to school because my mom's car was covered in about half an inch of ice, which was nice. So we had to prowl all that off. It took about 10 minutes to, get it to where we could drive and not have any visibility issues. So, yeah. Anyway, I know we kind of got off track there, but it's okay. It's okay. It happens sometimes. Now, as you know, March Madness started Thursday. We had to cancel that one. It just, like I said, I wasn't prepared enough for it, and today I was actually prepared for it. I'm doing a new system now in terms of how I do my notes for basketball. So yeah, obviously, yeah, with all that small writing and stuff, it can get hard to read. So now I'm gonna try and transfer it onto like a Google Doc, but yet still have like a spotting thing of all the players and stuff. I'm keeping this Colorado at Florida one just because we may or may not be seeing them in the Sweet 16 or even in the Elite 8. So yeah, but I am gonna throw their stat sheet away, unfortunately. Oh well. Anyway, so yeah, safe to say this week in college basketball, in terms of my bracket, it has not gone well, to say the least. As I had kind of figured, but you know what? What can you do, right? So we're gonna go through all the games from today. today, and I believe all the games from yesterday too. Well, yeah, we'll go through all the games yesterday, and I haven't been marking them down on my main bracket here because I printed out three brackets technically, one for my mom, one for me, and then a bracket of the actual tournament and how that goes. I obviously filled out mine, but obviously I haven't filled out this one, so I'm gonna kind of read off all the scores. This may take about 5 to 10 minutes of our show. I'm trying to find a pen here that I can use. We might have to do this, so give me a second. I'm so sorry. Of course, we're live. This is live, so yeah. So this will partly be for me, but also for you too. I mean, we'll kind of, yeah. Or here, let's grab a different color pen than that. There we go, blue one. So here we go. Let's read off the scores now, starting from yesterday. So North Carolina beat Wagner 90-62. So obviously UNC. I believe I got that one right. So yeah, that's one pick we've gotten right. Obviously, I did not get this one right at all. I picked Long Beach State to win the underdogs because, if you don't pick an underdog, then I think your bracket is kind of screwed. But the thing about picking upsets is that every year I always pick the wrong one. And the funny thing was, it was a 6-point lead for Arizona at the half. So Long Beach was basically in that game the whole time, but didn't last long, obviously. 85-65 was the final. And then Iowa State beat South Dakota State 82-65. Let's see, ISU, and I believe I got that one right too. Yep, you bet your life I did. Tennessee beat St. Peter's 83-49. I believe I got that one right. Yep. In fact, I have Tennessee in my 8 final teams, so that should be interesting. Creighton beat Akron 77-60. This one I also got right too, I'm pretty sure. Because God knows I wasn't going to pick Akron. Yep. Although I have Creighton losing in the next round, so we'll see how that goes. Illinois beat Morehead State, which was not pretty, I will say so myself, because I picked Illinois to win. I also was a dummy who picked Samford to win too, so hey. Come on, where's 413? What the frick? Oh, they're 3-14. No wonder why I can't find it. Okay, hold on. Yeah, here we go. I think I picked Morehead State to win. Yep. Although I had them losing in the next round to BYU, which obviously that didn't go as planned either. This one I actually did get right. Oakland beat Kentucky. I did get that one right. I actually watched the ending of the game. Kansas beat Samford. There we go. And then like I said, I had Samford winning that against McNeese too. Obviously, that didn't happen. In fact, that's the next game. Gonzaga beat McNeese, and then Duquesne basically screwed up everyone's bracket. So, because I had BYU. Oh, I only had BYU going to the Sweet 16, and that was as far as they were going to go. Well, at least that's not too bad, but still. Oregon beat South Carolina. That's in the East. Oh, it's in the Midwest, but South Carolina ain't in the Midwest. What the hell is up with that? So yeah, I actually had SC winning that. I had South Carolina going all the way to the Sweet 16, but that's obviously not going to happen. And then NC State beat Texas Tech 80-67. I don't think I got that one right either. No, I didn't. Go figure. Dayton beat Nevada, rather. Excuse me. That one I did get right. I believe I have Dayton going. Oh, I thought I had them going to the Final Four. I only have them going to the Elite Eight, which I guess is all right. Texas beat Colorado State. I believe I got this one right. In fact, no, I didn't. I picked Colorado State to win. my stupidity obviously took over that time. Washington State beat Drake. I chose Drake to win, obviously, but obviously I can't be nice to teams who have better records than the other team has. Seeding, I mean, heck, there's some like I'm sure well, in this tournament, there's probably a 14th seed with a better record than a 3 seed in these tournaments sometimes. So yeah, and then this one I just got way wrong. Michigan State beat Mississippi. That one was kind of upsetting to me. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's not gonna give me trauma or anything, but I just don't know why I picked Mississippi State. I mean, I had them winning or losing in the next round anyway, so I don't think it's gonna affect my bracket too much. But I am currently in last place in my family pool, which I mean, I guess you can say says a lot, but yeah, it could be better. And honest to God, could be better. In fact, could be a hell of a lot worse too. So I'm pretty happy with my bracket right now, despite all the hardships it has had to suffer, unfortunately. God, I'm like tearing up now as I'm saying that. I don't know why, but because that's something so stupid. And then UConn easily got the victory. Well, we now head to today's games. UConn obviously got the big victory against Stetson. Then Purdue won, which was good for, I'm sure, everybody, because I have Purdue in the college basketball championship. So they got to keep on trucking. And then I believe I got this one right. Marquette beating Western Kentucky. I don't know why I would have anything else, but where in the frick are they? West 314. Oh wait, no, that's the next one. Sorry, South. Why don't I see? Oh, here they are. I see them. I didn't look hard enough, I guess. Then Baylor beat Colgate. I picked Colgate to win a couple of years ago, but obviously that did not happen. And then Yale beat Auburn. Damn it! I had Auburn going. Well, I only had him going as far as the Sweet 16. So, God damn it! I did not know that. Shit. No, I'm kidding. And then of course I picked Vermont to beat Duke, my dumbass. But it's all right. It happens. Then Alabama easily getting the win against Charleston, and of course my dumbass went with Charleston. Next year's going to be better. And then, of course, I picked UAB to beat San Diego State. That also did not happen, although they went on a run there kind of at the end. So close yet so far. Well, at least I got this one right. Clemson beat New Mexico, which was good. Unless I somehow managed to screw that one up too, which I don't think I did, not from what I'm seeing here. West Region. Yeah, I went with Clemson. So yeah, this bracket is kind of cooked right now. I'm not gonna lie. And then Colorado won against Florida, which is helpful for my bracket because I have Colorado. Well, I was either going to be Colorado or Boise State going all the way to this Elite Eight. So I'm hoping that one works out good for me. And then Northwestern getting the victory against Florida Atlantic. My boys at FAU, they failed me today in overtime. It was the first game of the day. In fact, I watched it and it was 20-19 at the end of the first half. That is really, really depressing. Then Texas A&M beat Nebraska. Damn it. And then, of course, I got Nebraska. Well, I had Nebraska losing in the second round. So this bracket, my bracket, at least it could be a hell of a lot worse right now. I'm just going to say that. Houston is up on Longville 41-16 with 37 seconds left to go in the first half. We're just going to give the victory here to Houston. And then Wisconsin or James Madison has the lead over Wisconsin 33-18. James Madison, I think. Shit. I thought I went with James Madison. I went with Wisconsin. What the fuck is wrong with me? That's what I want to know. What the actual is wrong with me? And you can't even call that an upset, too, if they win it. I am not happy with this bracket, people. I am just so pissed off right now at my damn bracket. And I've got nobody to blame except for myself over this. This is just not good at all. All right, now we'll finally go through the damn hockey game that took place tonight in Muskegon. Although I shouldn't say damn because it was actually pretty good. Very it was an even game, we'll just call it that, in which it makes sense because Muskegon they were only 4 points behind the Muskies coming into this game. In fact, if you look at their records, they're pretty similar in terms of regulation losses and wins. So I expected nothing more, nothing less. Well, we'll start out in the first period. The only thing that really happened in the first period was a Ty Hansen roughing penalty at the 3:45 mark. Obviously, Muskegon went on in the power play, didn't succeed, so that takes us now to the second period, and Muskegon got the scoring on early, 31 seconds in. Sasha Boivert from David Klee and Ethan Whitcomb, that made it a 1-0 game. And then at the 5:08 mark, Colin Kessler from Liam Hupka and Landon Gunderson, Kessler's 12th on the year, that made it a tie game at 1. And then at the 10:56 mark, for Muskegon, Matvey Gridden scored from Cody Kroll and Joe Connor. That made it a 2-1 Muskegon lead. At the 13:16 mark, Xavier Villo went into the box 2 minutes for tripping. Then at the 17:15 mark, Jake Toll 2 minutes for roughing. So at the end of the second period, Muskegon had the lead over the Muskies 2-1. However, the scoring got started quickly in the third. Ty Hansen getting his 7th of the year from Brian Nicholas. That tied the game up at 2. At the 2:52 mark, Philip Nordberg from Muskegon went into the penalty box, 2 minutes for holding. And then the Muskies, Hagen Burrows, a bench minor for too many men on the ice. That's just a penalty you do not want to take. And especially when you're in that crucial stage of the third period where it's tied like that. Yeah, that's really not good. So, yeah. And then Ethan Gardula at the 9:54 mark went in 2 minutes for elbowing. Then at the 12:21 mark, Cody Kroll scored from David Klee and Justin Solovey. That made it a 3-2 Muskegon game, and they ended up winning it by a score of 3-2. Really good game, really close game, but really good. And then we'll take a look at some other games and throughout leagues across the country, and we'll kind of do that. Give you a preview of tomorrow because we're going to be covering 4 games here on RVN tomorrow for college basketball, and the Muskies, they're back in Muskegon tomorrow night too. So we will have we won't really have a preview of that because we'll actually show the pregame show for that one. So yeah, we won't really have a preview for that. Really, if you know what I mean. But yeah. All right, let's take a look at some other scores from across the league right now. And oh God, they're still going in Des Moines. 3:03 or 9:09 left to go in the third. Des Moines leads Tri-City 3-2. Oh, that's why, because 11 minutes into warm-ups, somebody broke the glass. That's why. So the game started at 7:30. Okay, that makes sense. Because when I saw that and, it was 9:09 left to go in the third and it's now 10 Central Time, I thought, yeah, that does not seem right at all. I wonder, there's this group on Facebook that I'm in called the USHL discussion group. I wonder, I didn't see any posts about it. And usually when something like that happens, it's usually posted right away. So I'm not sure if, yeah, I don't see anything. Yeah. Oh, well. Whatever. I guess, it'd be worse. Oh, well. Anyway, let's get back to the scores. Fargo beat Youngstown 6-1. They got their asses whipped again, and I love it. Leo Gruba, 2 goals for Fargo. Ryan Botterill getting the only goal for Youngstown, and then Green Bay beat Team USA 7-2. That was kind of crazy. Charlie Russell, 2 goals for Green Bay. Dubuque beat Madison by a score of 6-2. Jake Sondriel with 2 goals on the night. Waterloo beat Cedar Rapids 3-1. In fact, all 3 of Waterloo's goals coming in the third period. Griffin Erdman got the first 2, and then Gavin Thorson right at the end. In fact, the leading goal by Griffin Erdman that made it 2-1 came with just a minute and 13 seconds left. Craziness, I know. Then Lincoln beat Omaha by a score of 3-2. Then I'll kind of flip over to tomorrow night as we look at NHL scores from here tonight. Right now, the Capitals beat the Hurricanes 7-6 in a shootout. The Stars beat the Penguins 4-2. Those games, of course, played earlier tonight. And then the Avalanche lead the Blues 3-1 in the second intermission, and then tied up at 0 in the first intermission. The Kraken are at the Coyotes. Tomorrow, there's only 11 games on schedule, which usually there's about 13 or 14, but not tomorrow. NBA scores. We'll start out. The Clippers lead the Trailblazers 57-36 with 6:44 left to go in the second quarter. The Warriors lead the Pacers 60-48 in the second quarter, 5:52 left to go. In the first quarter, the Lakers lead the 76ers 16-15. The Thunder beat the Raptors earlier today, 123-103. The Celtics beat the Pistons, 129-102. The Grizzlies beat the Spurs, 99-97. The Timberwolves beat the Cavaliers, 104-91. And the Pelicans beat the Heat, 111-88. Of course, we went through college basketball scores. Don't forget, we've got action in the women's, too. So round 1 action going on. That started today in the women's side of things. So, yeah, let's go through all of those scores. 16 games on today. Or were all 32 played? No way in hell. Okay, no, that was no. No, thank God for that, though, to be honest with you. Although I am excited to see Holy Cross in Iowa, though. I'm gonna see. We're gonna flip back and forth between that game and whatever game we're calling. So yeah, that'll be fun. All right, let's take a look at some college hoop scores from the women's first round, first day of the March Madness tournament for the women's. Like I said, Stanford leads Norfolk State 32-19 at the half. Nebraska beat Texas A&M 12-11 with 2:14 left to go in the first quarter. Well, at least something's looking good for Nebraska in that matchup. South Carolina beat Presbyterian 91-39. That is just nuts and bolts. Texas beat Drexel 82-42. Ohio State beat Maine 80-57. LSU beat Rice 70-60. Oregon State beat Eastern Washington 73-51. Virginia Tech beat Marshall 92-49. Kansas State beat Portland 78-65. Baylor beat Vanderbilt 80-63. Colorado beat Drake 86-72. Middle Tennessee beat Louisville 71-69. Duke beat Richmond 72-61. Iowa State beat Maryland 93-86. North Carolina beat Michigan State 59-56. And then Alabama beat Florida State 82-74. Of course, the action continues tomorrow in the women's March Madness tournament. So that's going to be a fun thing to watch tomorrow, as well as, well, obviously our game we're going to be having here tomorrow all day on RVN. Big coverage, big coverage over just about, or give or take maybe a few minutes, 12 hours worth of coverage we're going to be giving you guys tomorrow. It's going to start out at 11:45 in the morning, well, Central Time, so 12:45 Eastern Time tomorrow, and we're pretty much going to be on the air until probably about 12:30, 12:45 a.m. Eastern. So it's going to be a long day. So here is the plan. Here is the master plan for how tomorrow afternoon/evening is going to go, because this is very important here. So the plan is tomorrow we will start out 12:45 p.m. Eastern time. That's when we'll go on the air, and it'll probably be a couple of minutes, and then the first game will be on the air. Um, and this is round 2 coverage, by the way. Number 7 Dayton versus number 2 Arizona. That'll be at 12:45 p.m. Eastern. At 3:15, we'll have Gonzaga, or however long it is. It'll probably be 3:30, most likely, or 3:45, whenever, depending on how long Dayton and Arizona goes. But it'll be Gonzaga at Kansas the next game. And then what's going to happen is, depending on when that game ends, what's going to happen is that we're going to take a break for about, I have it listed here in the community tab as 45 minutes. It could be anywhere from half an hour to pretty much 45 minutes, or maybe even up to an hour. It just depends on how the game between Gonzaga and Kansas is going. If it's a blowout, obviously we'll go off the air early because we don't want to broadcast a blowout to you all, to be honest. So yeah, and even if the first game's a blowout, we still have to be on the air, obviously. So. And then, like I said, we'll take a break. It'll be about 6:15, 6:30ish when we go off the air. Um, Although now that I think about it, yeah, it would probably be about 6:15ish at the latest, depending on, like I said, how that last game goes. And then what's going to happen is that we're going to take about a 30 to 45-minute break, depending on, like I said, at least 4 times now, how that last game goes. And then we're going to be back on the air at 6:45 p.m. Eastern time. Now, on the USHL website all year long, they have the Sioux City at Muskegon game at 8:10 p.m. Eastern time, and I say Eastern time because Muskegon is in Michigan, which is in the Eastern time zone. So it was all year it said 7:10 Central Time here in Sioux City, but they got that changed, so it's going to be at 7:10 Eastern Time at 6:10 Central. So what's going to happen is that, like I said, we're going to be on the air at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow after our break, and then at about 7 o'clock. In fact, I think it actually starts at 7:10. That's when tip off will start. Yeah, 7:10. We will have Oakland and NC State. In fact, I'm going to change this for the community tab so that, I get this right here. Then after that game is over at about 9:40, it'll probably be about 15 or 20 minutes after that, we'll have Oregon and Creighton. And we'll have that game till the finish, or like I said, if it's a blowout, we'll obviously go off the air earlier than planned. But we could be on the air as late as, like I said, 12:30 or 12:45 a.m. Eastern tomorrow night. So, yeah, we'll start off early, 12:45 p.m. Eastern time, 11:45 Central time. We'll be in the studio pretty much all day long, giving you about 5 hours straight of college basketball coverage, just over 5 hours, I guess. And then we'll be back on, and we'll give you just 5 hours more. So, yeah, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be split up into 2 parts, obviously with about a half an hour break in between, half an hour, 45 minutes, whenever. So, yeah, that is the plan for tomorrow. It's going to be a busy, long day, but hopefully you will be there for the ride. I got to finish making notes and stuff tonight. I'm actually going to now be making notes on the computer because it's just so hard to write so small. And it's just, yeah, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, if I'm being honest. But yeah, anyway, thank you all so much for watching this, and we will see you tomorrow. In fact, we'll see you in about 13 and a half hours from now. So yeah, see you. Bye.